So here are 3 high converting funnel templates you need to steal for your wedding photography or filmmaking business. What's up, guys? Jordan Cresses here from the WLMA, a team of wedding photographers and filmmakers. We've literally helped hundreds of wedding photographers and filmmakers scale to 10K to 30K months. And in this video, I'm going to break down 3 of our favorite funnels that you can copy and steal for yourself. Grab these templates so you can book more weddings. And I'm just going to get rid of the fluff, go straight to the chase, breaking down the pros and cons of these marketing funnels so you can just implement this yourself. So be sure to like this video and subscribe. And just so you know that you're not wasting your time and that these funnels work, I'm going to introduce a couple of my students here who have implemented these funnels. Here's our student Taryn, $23,000 a month with destination weddings, implementing these strategies in the US. Here's one of our students in the UK, Bart, 8 weddings at 2,700 pounds. That was over a 20K month, implementing these strategies I'm about to show you. And then also our student JC Apollo in Australia, $8,500 wedding package booked in Australia. If you want, you can rewind, pause the video, and read some of these testimonials if you want, but I'm just gonna go straight to the chase. So there are 3 funnels that we really like to use when it comes to getting more leads and clients for a wedding photography or filmmaking business. And most people will only teach one type of funnel. We teach 3 because there's pros and cons to any type of funnel. And so that way you can have and understand all the different types of pros and cons and see what works best for you and your business and the situation in your business. So let's dive right in. The first of the 3 marketing funnels we like to use to book more wedding photography leads and clients is what we call our standard lead magnet ad and funnel. So let me zoom in a little bit here. This does start off through what we call a lead magnet. Now, a lead magnet is also what you can call like a mini offer. And usually this is something that is free or low cost. It might be a paid engagement session. It might be a contest. Maybe it might be a contest to win a model call. Maybe it's like a free guide or something like that. And through using these lead magnets, we're able to get leads at a very low cost, whether if it's something free where we're getting them into our funnel or whether if it's something paid. Obviously, when you use a paid lead magnet, maybe like a full priced or special pricing offer engagement session, obviously you're going to get less leads because there's a higher barrier to entry. Then you can use free lead magnets. Maybe it's a free group or a VIP group that you have newly engaged couples enter. Depends on you and how you want to run this marketing strategy. But pretty much what we're doing here, we want to make sure it's a no-brainer offer. Something that is low resistance, no-brainer, where we know we're going to get leads, newly engaged leads to enter our funnel at a very cheap cost. And normally when it comes to a standard lead magnet funnel, we take them to a very simple landing page. From that very simple landing page, we bring them over to what we call a nurturing funnel. And when it comes to that simple landing page, usually collecting their name, their email, and this opts them into our newsletter. So once they're in our newsletter over here, we can further nurture the lead. So we build what's called a trust funnel or a nurturing funnel. With this type of funnel, normally starts off with our newsletter, and then we'll do what's called cross-pollination, where we lead them from our newsletter to maybe your Instagram, maybe your private Facebook group, and obviously, your website, or maybe we try to book engagement sessions from this trust funnel. So what happens here is now we're getting touch points. Now we're building trust. They're in our nurturing funnel so we can turn strangers into raving fans. And this part is so important because it could take 7, 15, 20 touch points until that newly engaged couple in your trust funnel knows that they want to work with you. And so from there, from your trust funnel, that may turn into an inquiry, or maybe if it doesn't turn into an inquiry yet, they see one of our retargeting ads, which helps turn it into an inquiry, which leads to a call. And then finally, we're able to actually book the wedding. Now, that's pretty much what a lead magnet ad funnel looks like at a high level, a bird's eye view. There's obviously a lot more to actually get it to work, but so you can understand what it looks like, different pieces of the puzzle, etc. And this is a really good funnel for beginners with ads and funnels, because we can get leads at very cheap. So before we dive into the next funnel, so you can compare this funnel to our other funnels, I'm going to dive into some pros and cons of the lead magnet ad funnel. So, like I said before, the lead magnet ad funnel is one of the cheapest funnels to do, as in we can get very cheap leads. And because we can get very cheap leads, we can also get more leads. We can cast a wider net of attention, which is a huge plus. Specifically for the wedding photography or filmmaking industry, we can get away with spending maybe $100 to $500 a month. Most of our students usually spend maybe between $100 to $150 a month on ads, and that's incredibly cheap. Most agencies, they'd probably try to get you to spend $1,000, $2,000 a month on ads. Now, we have to understand when we're using lead magnets, kind of like these no-brainer offers to get a ton of attention in our funnel, we're getting a mix of both cold and warm leads. People who have no clue that they want to work with you yet, and then people who may be faster to figure out that they want to work with you. And we lead them to a landing page here. Now, because these lead magnets are no-brainer offers, we can use a more short form landing page because it's an offer that is just obvious that newly engaged couples are going to enter. So you won't need as much of an extravagant landing page. We can use short form landing pages because it is a no-brainer offer that we're using for the lead magnet. And those are some important things to remember in the beginning of this funnel. Another pro when it comes to this funnel is you'll understand this a little bit more when I dive into the next funnel we're going to go over. But when it comes to our retargeting ads, because we're getting a lot more attention and we're using a big part of this funnel is our nurturing funnel, we're going to get much cheaper retargeting. And so pretty much for all campaigns, we want to make sure we're running retargeting, but retargeting is a little less important than the other funnel I'm about to show you after this. So which means you can spend less on ads. And because we're getting a cheaper cost per lead, we're getting a lot more attention. Our retargeting may be cheaper as well. As long as your nurturing funnel is very good, we can get a cheaper cost per call, leading to a cheaper cost per acquisition. One of our students was getting like a cost per acquisition of $70, which meant it only cost him $70 in ad spend to book a $3,000 to $5,000 wedding, which is incredibly cheap. And a big reason he was able to get such a cheap cost per acquisition because he had a great nurturing funnel. A lot of the people in his funnel booked an engagement session. And what I like to say is the engagement session is the fastest route from stranger to raving fan. You want to leverage your engagement sessions as much as possible when it comes to booking weddings. So in conclusion, when it comes to the lead magnet ad funnel, it's a more complex funnel because it's very much focused on the nurturing aspect of the funnel, but much less ad spend with simpler and easier ads. So you're going to be spending less on ads. It's going to be easier managing ads because we're using lead magnets, using no-brainer offers. But the more complex part is the nurturing funnel area right over here. That's what the lead magnet ad funnel looks like. This one's really great for people just starting off with ads. Screenshot it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments or in the SKOOL community as well. Let's dive into our next funnel. This next funnel is called our inquiry ad funnel. This is much more direct. Pretty much what this looks like. It starts off with an inquiry ad right over here. When I say an inquiry ad, instead of using a lead magnet, it's an ad where we're actually having a direct call to action to cold traffic, pretty much saying to work with us. And this inquiry ad goes straight to a landing page as well. Now, an important thing to remember with this landing page, because this is getting direct inquiries, a simple landing page does not work as well. We either need to lead them to our website or a one-page long-form landing page where we can build as much trust as possible to get them to inquire. Now, the thing is, though, when it comes to these inquiry ads, because in reality, it often takes about 7 to 20 touch points for a newly engaged couple to know that they want to work with us, this is a very heavy retargeting ad strategy. So anyone who's been on this landing page or our website, we focus very heavily with retargeting ads so they can see our ad over and over and over again. Without retargeting ads, it's very difficult to make inquiry ads profitable. What happens there, after they see our long form landing page, a certain percentage are going to inquire. From that inquiry, we're able to reach back out to them and they schedule a call. And then from that call, they book a wedding. Now, let's dive into some of the pros and cons when it comes to the inquiry ad funnel versus the lead magnet ad funnel. Now, compared to the lead magnet ad funnel, this type of funnel is a lot more expensive. You might need anywhere between $350 to $1,000 plus a month for ad spend if we're going to be able to hit the same amount of acquisition as the other funnel. Why? Because we're asking for direct inquiries. We're not getting as much leads. We're asking for direct inquiries to people who don't quite trust our brand yet. It's an ad more for like the low-hanging fruit. Also, for this type of funnel, you need very heavy retargeting. Why? Because we're not as focused on a trust funnel like the lead magnet funnel. So because we're not as focused on a trust funnel, you have to make sure that we're retargeting everyone who hopped on the landing page and website and did not inquire. So they keep seeing our ad. Maybe they see our ad another 10 times before they actually inquire. One of the cons here is you will get less leads and a higher cost per lead, but a pro, these leads are going to be warmer leads. They're going to be more aware of what they want. They're going to be more ready to hop on a call. Things are going to be much more direct in this funnel. But we also need to remember that because a lot of these leads are not in some trust funnel or nurturing funnel where we're giving them an opportunity to get to know our brand within the next 4 to 8 weeks, you're going to need a much more extravagant landing page. Usually a 1-page long form landing page that's almost like a 1-page website where they get to know you, get to know your work, get to know what you're about. A really good website can also pretty much be used instead of a long form landing page as well, as long as your website is very good and simple, easy to navigate. If it's not, you could lose a lot of clients there. If we want to track conversions, we often need a thank you page where we can put a pixel to be able to track those conversions and to see what our cost per lead is. And then as expected, because it's a higher cost per lead, we're normally going to get a much higher cost per acquisition. So for example, like with one of our students who are only cost them like $70 to $150 to book a client, you may be looking at more around like 500 to maybe 1,000 plus per cost per acquisition, unless you really nail in your retargeting and layer on a trust funnel on top of this. And so as you can see here, if you compare the two funnels, it's a simpler funnel. It's more direct, but you're going to have heavier ad spend. And because it's heavier ad spend, even though it's a simpler funnel, it takes more advanced ad management. So screenshot this so you can copy this for yourself. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments or the free school community that you're in. So now we just went over the lead magnet ad funnel. We went over the inquiry ad funnel. And last but not least, let's dive into the invisible Instagram funnel, one of my favorite marketing funnels right now. Now, with the invisible Instagram funnel, we're often building what we call follower campaigns, these ads to get newly engaged couples to desire to follow us. Sometimes that ad's going to be very direct, calling out our ideal client and saying why they should follow us. Sometimes we'll actually use lead magnets like the lead magnet funnel, little free mini offers that get newly engaged couples excited if they follow us. Then we'll also sometimes run messaging ads to cold traffic to message us, something a little bit more direct as well. But for the most part, for most of our students, we keep it as follower ads when it comes to cold traffic. Now what's happening here is now we're starting to get all these newly engaged couples to follow our Instagram. And from here, they're actually seeing our content on a day-to-day basis. So you do have to be very consistent with your Instagram. You do have to get good at Instagram when it comes to your organic game as well, because we're getting all these leads from our ads and we're nurturing them and building trust with our actual Instagram content. They're seeing your portfolio. They're getting to know your personality. We're offering value, entertainment, showing them behind the scenes of the business. And now that we're getting these touch points from our social funnel or a trust funnel. Then we often, either 20% of the time, have a call to action to inquire about weddings or engagement sessions. Or what I think works even better is we run retargeting ads to those new followers that are newly engaged couples. We get in DM conversations with them, and this will lead to maybe a landing page, a call, and then we book the wedding. One of my favorite funnels right now. And that's actually how JC Apollo over here booked an $8,500 wedding package. Pros and cons when it comes to the invisible Instagram funnel. The pros are it actually grows our Instagram following with real followers, but not just random followers, people who are actual buyers. I don't know about you. I don't care about vanity followers. I want people who are actually ideal clients to follow me, which is why a lot of our students hitting six figures to multiple six figures don't have that much followers. They maybe have at most 5,000 followers or less, but they have the right followers. Another pro with this funnel is it builds connection, whether if it's from the messaging ads and the conversations you're having in the DMs, or whether if it's from your Instagram content. It builds trust easily. A con, though, that I forgot to write in the notes is it's more difficult to build your email list. I think email marketing is so important because email marketing, your email list, it's the only audience that you truly own. If something happened to social media and you lose all your following or you lose your account, it gets hacked, that's horrible. But with email, we own that audience. We still want to cross-pollinate our Instagram followers to a newsletter, to our website and everything as well. It can be more difficult to build our email list from the Instagram. And the other con that I didn't write in the notes here is we have to deal a lot more with the Instagram algorithm, which is only a con if you're not good at Instagram content. So this is a strategy where you do really have to learn to get really good at Instagram content, learning the right hooks and reels, the way people like to communicate on Instagram now, to get people to engage and see your content. Because Instagram is no longer a photography social media like it used to be. It's become a lot more like TikTok and a lot more video based. So you have to learn how to make really engaging reels and carousels if you want to thrive with this type of funnel. So it's a con if you're bad at it, but it's something you still can get very good at, which is pretty much a must nowadays if you're really serious about building a photography business. And that is what the invisible Instagram funnel looks like. Screenshot this, save it for yourself. Let me know if you have any questions about implementing this funnel in the comments or in the free SKOOL community that you're in. And in the free SKOOL community, there is a much longer module dedicated just to the invisible Instagram funnel. So let's scroll up real quick and dive into a brief summary, key takeaways, pros and cons of each of these funnels. So the lead magnet ad funnel, one of the easiest funnels to do. I recommend it if you're not at the six figures yet, especially. This funnel is a more complex funnel because of the nurturing funnel aspect that is super important, but it is an easier funnel. It is also cheaper because we're using lead magnets. We can use simpler landing pages, not only cheaper ads, but cheaper retargeting. And if you have a very good trust funnel, cheaper cost per acquisition. The inquiry ad funnel, a simpler funnel, but more advanced when it comes to ads management. Now, this is a much more expensive funnel. I usually don't recommend this type of funnel for beginners. I usually recommend it for people with a lot more consistency in their business. They can spend more money on ads. I recommend this for people who have a much more flexible budget when it comes to ads, because you have to spend more and you have to focus more on heavy retargeting. Because it's a direct inquiry, we're having less touch points. You're going to have a higher cost per lead, and you're going to need a much more extravagant landing page to be able to convert these into inquiries. If you want something more direct and you're okay with more ad spend, a higher cost per acquisition, this could be the funnel for you. But a little cool thing that you can do as well, you can actually combine this funnel with this funnel. You could be running the lead magnet ad funnel to get a lot more attention at a cheap cost, and your inquiry ad funnels can be your retargeting ads for this funnel. So you can kind of combine these two together. You would just use the lead magnet funnel and then start your inquiry ad funnel at this area of the funnel here. Let me know if you have any questions about that. So a simpler funnel, but with heavier ad spend, more direct. And then last but not least, the invisible Instagram funnel. This will actually not only just help you get clients, but it's going to grow your Instagram following, which is going to help you grow your brand. It's a much more social and trustworthy funnel because we're heavily focused on social media. It's more difficult to build our newsletter, and you do have to be very good at creating organic content. So if you're not good at it, you need to start learning how to get very good at it. And the great thing is, you can start combining the invisible Instagram funnel with the inquiry ad funnel as well. You can just start your inquiry ad funnel at the retargeting ads here. So for example, you're getting all these followers on Instagram, they're building trust in your brand, and then you run retargeting ads that go to your website or a long form landing page to get inquiries. So some of our students even run all three of these at the same time. And I like to show the distinction between these three funnels because there is no perfect funnel. They all have their pros and cons. And most people will be like, don't do this, don't do that. This type of funnel is wrong. And I don't agree with that. They are all right in their own way, depending on what your needs are. And when you learn funnels like this, here's one of our students, Doug. He's actually over the 6 figures now, but this is a post he made in our group when he had a $25,000 week, which is super exciting. I'm not going to read this post, but you can pause the video and read it if you want. So be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. But super important question here. Are you a wedding photographer or filmmaker? And do you want more help with these strategies? Because there's a lot that goes into these 3 marketing funnels. It took Crystal and I years and a lot of ad spend to perfect all 3 funnels. Because you're going to have to learn the copy, the offering, the templates, how to bridge from one part of the funnel to the other, how to manage the ads, what to say when you get a DM from a lead, how to retarget them, what types of ads work and don't work, how much should you be paying per lead, or what should your cost per acquisition be. There's a lot that goes into getting these right. But if you want, you can copy these templates and you can trial and error on your own. That's totally cool. That's why we gave it to you. But if you're like us and you don't want to waste years and you simply want to bolt on a blueprint, start getting leads and clients within 30 to 90 days, like we've done with hundreds of our students. If that's you, I want you to go ahead and schedule a complimentary roadmap call linked in the description of this video. I'm going to make it the very first link you'll see when you open the description. And pretty much in this complimentary roadmap call, we're going to see where your sticking points and problems are in your business right now. We're going to build a roadmap to your goals. And we're going to see if our WLMA mastermind can even help you. And if we can't help, totally cool. We might be able to refer to someone else who can help you. But nonetheless, you're going to get a lot of value from this complimentary roadmap call. And do not sleep on this, guys, especially if you're struggling or you really just want to scale the business. This is one of my favorite quotes. Procrastination is the destroyer of dreams. The longer you wait, the bigger the problems in the business are going to get. And we already have one of our students, Sam and Monica. They have already booked over 6 figures for next year. And we want to get you there too. So if you're a wedding photographer or filmmaker, you want help with this, be sure to go to the link in the description of this video and schedule a complimentary roadmap call there. Anyways, guys, hope you found this video helpful on the 3 funnel templates you need to steal for your wedding photography or filmmaking business. Let me know if you have any questions about this in the comments or the SKOOL community. Like and subscribe for more, and we'll see you on the next one.